We've got our game number, this will be 4 here, of this final series, weekend 2 of August. And we've got B versus Beastyqt on 4 Lakes. This will be B's home map because this is the first loss that he's received here in this series. And it looks like it's going to be Beastyqt's Roost. Wait,
that's a lie.
That's
okay.
A lie.
That's not updated.
That's a lie. I'm fairly certain, if I recall, it's going to be Beastyqt's Holy Roman Empire versus B's Roost.
Indeed, that is the civilization matchup from the previous game. We'll get you updated in a matter of seconds. Indeed, Beastyqt going for his HRE, whereas for B goes for a Roost. Roost, all around very powerful civilization, by far the most beloved civilization pick, especially in the first couple of weeks of 4 Lakes making an appearance in tournaments. But for Beastyqt, it's not the go-to civilization on this map. His go-to civ is the HRE, so he's gonna be more than happy with this matchup.
Yep, and you could almost guarantee there's going to be some players sneaking to the other side, putting docks on the other player's pond. Usually we've seen players responding by building some wall segments across to the border of their side, but it still doesn't stop them at times. They always seem to sneak one through.
Indeed. For the time being, it's going to be a hunting cabin here for B, which means that he's going to delay his move towards the docks. Only has 2 scouts on the field right now. Beasty opted to go for a second scout himself, so he's going to have a decent potential to deny bounty. Right now, 155 bounty for B over here, also coming in with wheelbarrow. He needs 50 more, otherwise he's not going to be able to get the feudal age.
Okay, so we got Beasty playing as the Holy Roman Empire, which typically they like to, in a lot of instances, go up with that Regnus Cathedral and go for those relics. And it looks like Beasty got gifted an in-base relic there, just behind. It looks like maybe that third one is a little bit favored towards him, so he should be happy about that.
Yeah, interesting relic spawns for sure. Speaking of other spawns, we have 2 hunts very close to one another for both players over here. Whereas for the boars, look at that spawn. That's gonna be very intriguing. Both of them spawning very much on the north in essentially no man's land.
Yeah, and wolves being brought back to home. Yes, that boar is about as far north as it could possibly be there on that lake.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because obviously there is some potential for B to go for the boar over here with the Roost. Also, I got 2 more wolves. Actually, there's 3 more wolves. That's gonna be an interesting dance. 4 more wolves, 100 bounty trailing that 1 scout over there, ladies and gents.
Yep, working on bringing those back. I think he's going to get those. The scout trying to, looks like BC's trying to get that 1, perhaps 6 HP left on that.
B's paying attention. He can yoink it, indeed. Beautiful move there by B. Gets the other 3 thanks to the town center. And that's a great amount of bounty collected at the beginning of the game. Beasty went for 2 scouts. Wasn't really able to deny his opponent from much bounty though.
Yep, and we got the dock. We've got our first fishing ship going on out there. Of course, that fishing ship doesn't need to return. Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at that.
There it is. I told you it'd be there.
Walls.
We said we'd see walls, but these are walls going the other way. Hold on a second.
True, B decided not to drop the walls on his shoreline, so it was impossible to prevent Beasty from dropping a dock. The question becomes whether B is going to spot this, because remember, he has the potential to add some extra scouts with the hunting cabin and just torches down pretty fast.
Yeah, he's trying to finish those walls. I think he's going to get them completed, so that is definitely going to be a thorn in his side. And as we've seen, Roost ships, they don't do so well against these galleys that the HRE is going to have.
Yeah, so you're going to get rid of that dock as soon as possible, but you're going to first need a combat ship that deals with the villager inside. Otherwise, the villager is just going to keep repairing. And I saw barracks for a brief moment, so we could have some spears coming up here for B to try and deal with those walls a little faster.
Yeah, this villager, he built his prison, and now he's got to defend it.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, as long as you can't kill that villager inside, it's going to severely delay your push through those walls. Look at that. So many villagers even idled here by B.
Yeah, that's a lot of villager idle time. I mean, a lot of villager idle time for this early in the game, for this to be going on. But that must just show you how important this is to him.
Yeah, he's trying his best. I mean, he's pulling the scouts. Even the sheep are here in the parties. First spearman coming out. But It takes so much time to kill that villager, even through the wall. It's slowly going down, but the time bought is massive. That being said, I think he might be able to get the dog before the first galley would pop out. This timing could work. Villager is gonna go down in a split second.
He can do a ghost emergency repair all the way across the map. If he builds a bunch of houses, right?
A bit of a long shot, I would say.
7 villagers doing this.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Is this worth is that worth the idle time?
I don't know. I feel like it's mandatory for him to do that. If he doesn't do this, then he's gonna have to commit load your attack ships to this one, which is a pain. As he said, he knows he can't really win the water fight here, and in the long run, when it comes to sustainability and reliability of his food eco, it pays off.
What's the deal with, like, that villager got killed through a wall that he was repairing? Like, what is that intended? That's supposed to be? It's like there's a hole in the wall, so you're getting poked by a sword or something. Like, I always wonder about this.
It's so weird, right? Because yes, you can get killed by melee units through walls, and it's at least consistent. So it's not like it sometimes happens and sometimes doesn't. It's consistent. It makes repairing much more difficult, especially against like high damage units like knights or even horsemen with the villagers. On the other hand, it feels a little wacky and unrealistic, so one has to wonder whether that's a deliberate thing or it's more like a bug.
I mean, I don't hate the fact that that because he was able to kill that villager, he wasn't able to infinitely repair that with one villager, but I don't know. It's strange, but there we go. It looks like B's gonna be dropping down some wall segments. He knows he does not want any dock there on his side.
Yeah, he's going to go for the certain here. Actually gets a villager killed over here, so new villager was sent by Beastyqt, gets intercepted. And at the end of the day, B has to be very happy with this, because he killed a villager, he has Spearman on the field, which also means that Beasty, even if he goes for Horsemen to try and get some map control and secure relics, it's gonna be insufficient, and this could be a race to Castle Age in which B goes with the Abbey and just yoinks the relics away from Beasty.
Yep, and just enough of a wall segment to block this docks. And, I mean, the reason why he defended all of that is he would have lost his fishing ships. We saw in that previous game, like, Rus ain't going to stand a chance on the water against galleys, so that's why that was as important to him. But that bought Beastie a good amount of time. That was some good idle time he was able to force, so he can't be too upset about that. And we see B now reaching the second age.
Yeah, Beasty's up as well. He has had a very nice Arcane Chapel spot that is going to affect essentially all of his resources, but you see the Spearmen, they are preventing Beasty from dropping additional docks on different pawns, whereas for B, he can slowly crawl towards the second pawn himself. Actually, he's just trying to...
Oh, there's a galley out there.
Oh, that wall's gonna be so useless.
No villager for you. Yeah, it loses a villager, so... I think Beasty's had a killer start so far. He's got control of the water. He caused some significant idle time there on the northwest. What is... Oh, close.
Oh, one spear and a dream.
Yeah, he thought he could get it. Not today, Spearman.
Yeah, at least there is some harassment out there. B maintaining a small eco lead, and Beast is also committing a lot of resources to getting some galleys out. He has one on his own pond, he's gonna have one on the northern pond, and the problem is that Beasty is committing resources to protecting the northern pond, which has basically no fish, so he's yet to get any value out of that pond. He's going to also protect the pond that he has, but that's not like it's gonna get aggressed by B anyway, so Beast is investing into galleys that he might not necessarily need, whereas on the other side, B looks like he might just turn into his Castle Age with all the resources, though Beasty is not gonna have any trouble reaching Castle Age either.
Yeah, I completely agree. I feel like this is going to be just a race towards the Castle Age, just because once you have your fishing eco set up, you just start banking so much food. Unless you're going to go absolutely ham on feudal pressure, it's just too easy. Just go straight to the next stage. And Beast has got another dock up.
Yeah, I mean, B tried his best to just block the neutral pawns here with walls, but he was just too little too late. And Beasty is going to have docks both on the northern and the southern pond. Yet to start adding fishing ships on the south, though, and could easily see his dock being torched down here in the blink of an eye. The concern for Beasty is that he's got no standing army to escort those prelates with. So he's going to beat his opponent to Castle Age, but it might be just a little too late, because by the time he can secure map control for himself, B could also be going up to Castle Age.
Yeah, and that relic's pretty close there. B does have some knights running around already. He is working on sieging on that dock, although I think that galley is going to get up, so I'm not sure if he's going to kill that dock. He's probably going to run away from that galley, I would imagine.
You just got to set it on fire. That's sufficient. But I think it's going to be too late. Galley should be able to pop out, and that dock should survive.
Might stick this.
Yeah, you might want to just commit.
Yeah.
Especially because the tower is going to be up, and the tower can deal sufficient damage to set it on fire if you're very close. Looks like he's going to set it on fire. Now you can bail on this one.
Finish it. He's just like, whatever.
Well, might as well do that. And now that galley is going to be pretty useless out there.
Yeah, maybe he was trying to buy time for his... I see he has docks on the other side, I think. Maybe he was like purposely trying to keep that galley there.
New prelates coming out here for Beastyqt, trying to get some relics into that Ragnate's Cathedral. For the time being, most of those are being denied by the forces of B, but B is yet to reach Castle Age, so he can't just take those away from Beasty right now.
Now he can out heal this thing, right? I think he'll be fine. On the water there.
B should be able to fight that one. There is no healing potential for Beastyqt, and B does have his own dock to heal. So that galley, it will cause some delay, but it shouldn't be a tremendous thing.
Guess he's gonna lose one of them there.
Possible. He's gonna try to pull it.
Okay, so we've got some galleys patrolling. Beasty's in the third age. He's trying to gather his relics. There's one there. It should be nice and easy for him to get, but it looks like
repairs coming in. That's pretty nice.
That was clutch. He's guarding that very well. Look at this. Okay, a man-arms. 2 prelates. I think he's gonna grab it. I don't think he can stop those man-arms.
I mean, it's just a dream right now for B to completely prevent Beasty from picking up a single relic. That's next to impossible. It's more about delaying it as much as possible. Every single minute you delay each of those relics is 200 gold missed out by Beasty. Still though.
He's just trying to kill the prelate. Uh-oh. Oh! That's risky!
Oh, he's gonna get
it! He almost got it. That was so close. I can't believe he denied that.
The Knights are coming in. Only men-at-arms out there. Knights actually performing pretty well here if you just charge and then disengage. Good engagements for B, once again delaying this. If he finds a way to Castle Age, he's gonna be in a commanding position, but he needs to find a way to Castle at one point.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna command some Knights right now, which... I don't know. BC could start making some spearmen of his own, right? He's got all these barracks, but yeah, he's really committing the barracks there. He's going to keep with the man-arms, I believe.
Yeah, he's got the resources to burn right now. As Core has shown us, some walls here from B could prevent the relic from being picked up, but for now he's not committing towards that. And as Beasty is moving towards the relic, B is diving in.
At what? What's he going to get over there? A building villager, I guess.
Well, it's more than that. He's going to yoink a couple.
Maybe
2 or 3 villagers down, 2. Even more idled.
Yeah, I think he got 3 villagers there.
And he could maybe snipe the prelate.
That would be huge. No way. He's going for it. He knows better. He knows better.
Oh, the archers are coming in.
Archers! No! He lost all those archers.
Oh, he was just a little too greedy. He wanted to dive in. Oh, that's painful. Because those archers, they could have been so good to start slaying those villagers on the wood line.
Yep.
The damage potential was much larger over here for B. Wasted quite a lot of that with the archers being converted. Still though, tremendous damage being done to Beastyqt, and it's starting to show. Eco numbers now massively in the favor of B.
Yep. We got the Knights. At least he didn't lose the Knights, but that's a lot of man-arms. I don't think he can stand there and take that fight. He's going to run away. Those archers are going to just be a nuisance because this could have picked off a few villagers, perhaps. He's still just trying to pick villagers with those Knights. Gets the charge in. Kills several villagers there, raids. And he's going to run back out. Yeah, he's still getting a great raid on top of this.
Yeah, so many villagers being slain over here. Beasty is down to 60 eco out here. And the problem for Beasty is that he's just chasing those Knights with a slow-moving army. He's the one playing reactionary, and it's starting to show. He's the one chasing those units all around this base, finally managing to clean them up. But the price that he had to pay was massive, because behind this one, B is gonna be on the way to Castle Age. He has 2 TCs, he has 2 pawns as well to work with, and most importantly, Beasty only collected 1 relic, and with Castle Age coming closer and closer for B, he has the chance to pick up the rest of them. Once again, aging with the High Trade House instead of the Abbey though.
He just needs to keep Beastyqt distracted in his base because those man-arms could walk across and slow down his landmark or anything like that. But it looks like he really wants to focus down this forward base because he knows this is going to be a thorn in his side. If he doesn't, then that high trade house going up. And I saw he also had a decent number of archery ranges back at home, so a switch into crossbows wouldn't be too hard, but he could also just keep doing these knights. Seems to be pretty effective.
Yeah, or a mix of the two would be even better. He wants to maintain that mobility, that map control presence that he has right now, so continuing with knights makes quite a lot of sense. But yeah, as you said, crossbows could be a thing. Prelates could be intercepted once again. This one is making a run for a tower, so he can at least drop off the relic.
Beasty doing a good job. It's still grabbing those relics, so he's got a third one, a fourth one actually coming home right now. So that would be a lot of gold if he's able to grab all that. Wololo coming out, but it goes down. Yeah, not going to get that one.
The problem for Beast is he's being torn apart. He's got 31 men-at-arms, but he's up against 18 knights, and these are just detaching small groups of men-at-arms, charging in, taking very effective engagements, because the men-at-arms are not in one large group, but rather in smaller groups, getting picked up off one by one, essentially.
And he's invested a lot of gold in these prelates, though he still has plenty of gold in the bank. He's got a lot of villagers gathering right now. But I feel like BC's trying to go to the 4th age, which would be understandable. Perhaps he has so much gold, but I don't know. Why do you think he's got so much gold in the bank?
I mean, so many villagers are being slain over here. Now the knights are charging in on the men-at-arms to the south. Core is showing us another knight being chased by the men-at-arms, but this is the big thing here. This push, especially now, soon to be supported with crossbowmen. Beasty is trying his best to launch a counterattack. He's got 34 men-at-arms, but he just keeps chasing those knights, and as long as he doesn't have anything to deal with those, he's gonna be the one reacting rather than being the one being proactive.
Losing a lot of it. I thought that was about to be a repeat of last game. He's going to be out of garrison space, so those man-at-arms can really cause a problem back at home. I'd be interested to see how those villagers are doing in B's base, as we see the Pulse of Swabia currently being dropped down.
I think there's an overchop. Yeah, there is an overchop. The Knights will find it, and it's going to be a delay. B also gets a clear clue of what Beasty is doing over here. Beasty's obviously going to commit to this one. This counterattack slowing down things to a point where Beasty might be able to get this up simply because B is distracted.
And B was able to grab one relic, perhaps going to get that second one as well. So he was able to hold Beasty to 600 gold.
Yeah, that's a big one. And don't forget, you do have the almost 200 gold income per minute from the high trade house. That's also offsetting essentially one relic that Beasty possesses.
Sure, absolutely. Man-at-arms just causing problems there. But look at the villagers, 93 for B, 71 for BC, but of course that Palace of Swabia has something to say about that very, very soon as he hits Imperial Age.
The question is whether it matters or not, because even if we get to like 100 villagers apiece, the problem for Beast is going to be that he's still chasing knights. Sure thing is going to have Imperial Age, but it's not like B is impossibly far away from that either. You see, 1500 gold per minute, 1900 food per minute. In 1 minute time, we could see B up in Imperial, or he could just double down on this aggression because it looks like he's just flooding out knights and crossbows now.
Yep, and we've got 2 relics now. It's safe for B. He was able to get that second one. And those knights just going in for a raid right now, as it looks like he's cleared out the man-at-arms problem back at home. So he's got the mobility.
Yeah, and look at that. Just the swarm coming from all directions, and all that Beasty has is essentially men-at-arms. So the moment the crossbows hit the field, suddenly this is not going to look good for Beasty. Now his villagers are being swarmed by knights, men-at-arms being taken up by the crossbows, and just red units swarming the base of Beasty from every direction. He can recuperate the villager losses. The problem is that he's not getting resources at this point.
Yeah. So those crossbow numbers continuing to grow. He's got 11 of them right now, 19 knights, and doing just fine as Beasty's being kind of picked apart as far as his villagers is concerned. He's still got a decent amount, and he's training a ton. But look at that knight just continuing to come in and pick a villager there, and just more and more raids.
Oh, Springle Tower also denying those lumberjacks out there, essentially insta-killing the villagers popping out from the Swabia, because I think from the Swabia, you go for the lumberjacking. You just have your rally point set over there. And you see, it's attacked from 2 directions. Now Sacred Site's also controlled by B. Beast is gonna have to try and find a way to break out of his base, but he's just facing so much pressure over here.
Yeah. I don't know. I've seen Beastyqt break out of some crazy stuff with the HRE. It's just such a strong civ. Like, Just when you think they've been cornered, they're down out. Bam! They just break on out there with that Palace of Swabia behind it. The biggest thing here might honestly be the fact that B has the gold veins to the south, kind of captured at the moment.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, first place, Beasty, he's a recovery artist. And
yeah,
HRE might be the single best civilization to do recoveries with the Palace of Swabia especially. The problem is that he's still facing a ton of different problems.
Ooh.
Not just villager count, quite a lot of villagers getting picked off here on the keep as well. He's gonna get it up, secure the northern flank for a time being, but I feel like B is just building up a critical mass of units, getting ready to flood the base of Beastyqt over here.
Well, I don't know. That could be the first step to getting out. He's got his keep up. But yeah, you're right. Look at all those barracks just like open. If you want him to start sieging those down, got a relic in hand right now. Looks like I thought he was going to do a Wololo. Maybe he will.
He might have it over there. He's trying.
Did I hear a
to
bombard
just...
somewhere? It's a bombard tower. Okay, he put it. Okay,
yeah.
He put it in the tower. That's what he was doing. He was.
That's actually a pretty
it.
clever thing. Because bombard towers are one of the best things that you can do against these castle age pressures. We have seen that over and over again on this map in particular. So that could be a great way to hold this off. Still though, you have to find a way to decap one of those sacred sites because countdown is died to 8 minutes now. B
That's
though,
true.
I feel like the problem for B here is that he's got a massive army, but he just can't do much with it. He can't push into the base of Beasty as of yet. He doesn't have the stone to drop a keep. He doesn't have the resources to go into Imperial yet. So he's sort of caught in between over here. He's killing villagers, but those are instantly replaced by Beasty.
Yeah, but he does have his trebuchet set up, and he's starting to work on that Regis Cathedral. Well, I think he's going to kill... Yeah, he's going for the Regis. He's going for the outpost first. But yeah, emergency repair is going to keep it alive. It's hard to outdamage those emergency repairs without a considerable mass of trebuchet. He might get that one. Let's see. Will he get it? 4 emergency repairs kicks in.
No,
it's so close.
I don't think he's gonna get it.
I think he's gonna go down. Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah, next volley finishes it
Just
off.
barely.
It's important.
Okay, so
like that is essentially what prevents B from diving under the town center over here. Now production buildings could be gotten rid of, and that's going to mean that Beasty might have the resources to burn. It's just not gonna be the chance for him to burn them at any production building because he won't have any.
well, and a wood is a little bit of the issue here. He's kind of been pushed off wood quite a bit.
Yeah.
He did, by the way, take that sacred site to the north. It looks like I think he's going to stop it unless something ran up to engage. Yeah, he's going to be able to take that sacred site. So that condition is off the table, at least for now.
He wants to go for Regnitz. Beasty took all the relics to the north. But look at this. How oppressive is that tower crawl to the south? This is something I love about the Beast's play here. He is going to solidify his position, not just gain ground, but also secure ground. And don't forget, it's one thing that Beasty for now is alive, but he's losing landmarks. The Ragnitz Cathedral is about to be lit ablaze. He could possibly be losing the Swabia and the starting town center as well. So at some point, Beast is gonna have to stand and fight because he's in the risk of losing all his landmarks.
Just lost a lot of villagers that were, it looks like they were trying to drop a keep across the map, but he caught that just in time. And yeah, we saw him reposition those relics so he could continue to get that gold income. Remember, but now they get that same gold income no matter what building those relics are in.
Yeah, that's gotta be a big one. You know what else is big? These knights hiding for the time being might be found here by Beastyqt. That's a good engagement for him. But there is something else coming from B here. That is Imperial Age, and that evens out the playing field when it comes to technology. And let's not forget, Ragnitz is down. Swabia being shelled right now. The moment Swabia goes down, it's gonna be difficult for Beasty to get back in terms of villagers should he start losing some.
Do you see what he put on the front line? He builds his landmark right on the front line.
Yeah, it's gonna be for all aggression. And lack of mobility is still haunting Beasty here.
Only 4 villagers, though.
It's gonna take some time.
Okay, so he got a defensive keep. I think he knows that the little trouble might be coming his way. Beasty's got on the other side of the map gathering stones, so I think he's going to keep trying to... He's going to keep drop. And the Palace of Swabia is currently crumbling. The problem is going to be, like you said, is he's got a problem at home. His landmarks are dying.
Yeah, he's starting to add coverings right now, but I think the problem here is that you have a solidified position if you're B with those towers. Trebuchet is sheltered by those towers. Now 2 landmarks gone. You're going for the starting TC. You would also lose emergency repairs once the starting TC is gone. Looks like here's the counterattack though. Cavalry charging in here on the mangonels. Crossbows are there to greet them. Too many knights will be slain here by the crossbows. No response from Beastyqt to those.
Here they come. He's bringing the whole army, and this is going to be a decisive fight here. Can Beastyqt deal with all these siege and crossbows? I don't think those crossbows have the front line they need to hold this. Knights charging in to pop up all the siege, and there they go. They're going down, and those Beasties just kind of moving in like a flood.
Yeah, that's a great flood over there. Defensive keep now coming up here for B. Looks like this is not going to be stopped there by B. B doesn't have any upgrades on those towers. That's going to make this fight much worse than it is right now. Luckily for him, not a single Landsknecht in the army of Beastyqt, so those crossbows, at least some of them, will get away, and the castle is going to be here to solidify control over this ground. At least he gets the high armory up in time. That could have been devastating if he loses the villagers building it.
I told you Beastie is the master of breaking out of these positions, and look at him do it right now. With all this is going on, just when it started to look like Beastie was in big trouble, he brings his army out and hits a big pickup there on that army. Looks like he's trying to upgrade all those wooden fortresses, but he's going to siege them down so quickly. And villagers on the culvert.
Yeah, this is getting concerning for B over here. His eco is slightly unbalanced over here, and as he said, he had a great opportunity, but he kind of missed out on that one. Maybe too little too late to Imperial, or just not committed enough to the Castle Age push. We'll slowly start mixing in Streltsy that could once again swing the battle in his favor, but this is where Beastie shines the best. This recovery arc, ultra late game, we are entering Beastie territory over here, and things are getting concerning here for B.
Yeah, he needs to get this. It looks like he's starting to do some Streltsy production, but only has 2 of them so far. And he's got some resources in the bank. BC under a K for each one of them. Looks like he's trying to just drop a keep on the front line, so this is far from over yet. But
Schwabia is gone, remember that.
Go back the other way.
So Beastie can't really afford to lose a tremendous amount of villagers over here because the spots of Schwabia is gone. Quite a few villagers getting taken down by that keep. Repairs just now slowly coming in.
Mm-hmm. Being backed up right now by those man-at-arms. Look at the villager count. Technically, B is still in the lead in that regards. And we've got just kind of chaos all over the place. If you look at the mini-map, there's pings just kind of all the way across. But B's starting to stabilize this. Look at this. He's got his army going back the other way. And he's got some of his upgrades in.
Yeah, Elite Knights are in, Night Sabers are in, Boyar's Fortitude already in. The concern is the numbers right now. He's down to 25, and if you take a look at Beastyqt, it's 64. Beastie is stabilizing himself, and remember, he's still sitting on 3 relics himself as opposed to 2. Still has 2 pawns under his control, repairing the Pass of Schwabia. And the key thing is that Beastie already has most of the upgrades he needs, whereas for B, he's still scrambling to grab some of those.
Yeah, this gold's going to get more and more important as he's losing lots of gold villagers right now. This is less than ideal.
Yeah, that's an understatement, in fact. This is getting problematic for B. Just look at the minimap here. You see a rapid expansion of blue and a massive decline in the map control of B. Do note that the high armor is on the front, and also the high trade house is also something that's rather exposed. So B also has to be careful about his own landmarks over here, because those could easily fall victim to Beastie's counterattack.
Yep. And I don't know, it just feels like BC slowly creeping towards victory. I think those relics are going to become a bigger thing, especially as B, his gold income is going to get harder as he is pushed back off of that front line.
Yeah, the timing is perfect over here. Beastie is starting to run out of gold in his own base. So just when he needs gold, he's going to have enough army to break out. Although the map has been strapped pretty much barren of resources over here by B. So look at this. Yeah, he's just taking as much gold as he can before he gets slain. Is there Landsknecht?
He's lucky there's no... Yeah, that's what I was worried. They're lucky they're not there. Streltsy will take care of that.
Docks on the northern side getting taken down, though. That's going to be a lot of idle time for Beastie.
Unlike the Rus. Yeah, that's going to actually idle his fishing boats.
And the gold mine is still under the control of B over here. It looks like B is stabilizing himself. Beastie now coming up with the stone walls, and we're still entering Beastie territory over here, getting some Hawks out there as well to pressure the fishing eco on the south. But the mobility advantage is still on the side of B. He's slowly building up his Streltsy numbers, and he has taken most of the important gold mines on the map.
I mean, the Streltsy have to be one of the best unit you could have when facing down this onslaught of man-arms that, you know, we've got with HRE. We've got 23 Streltsy on the field compared to the 15 man-arms of Beastyqt.
Yeah, and the Streltsy numbers are slowly growing. Plus, you have a great meat shield in front of them. That's Knights with Boyar's Fortitude, plus, of course, the Knight Sabers upgrade as well. And a combination of the two make the Knights already one of the more dangerous units on the battlefield, especially when you have the Streltsy support. Look at that, 348 HP with 43 attack when you charge in. Probably the second best late game Knight after the French.
Look at all those villagers. He's looking for the next gold to strip. That's what's going on. He does have one in his base. Like, what's the deal with that?
He wants to take the contested ones. Yeah, exactly. He just wants to take every single bit of resource available on the map that Beastyqt could possibly claim in the next few minutes. Because he knows that, okay, the resources inside my base, they'll be safe in 20 minutes. I just want to take everything from Beasty. So Beasty, by the time he gets map control, he's going to have nothing gained with it.
Yep. And there's a little bit of fighting going on in that water right now on the south side. There is a galley there. There's bombards rolling up. I've seen Beastyqt just like so slowly push so many times with the HRE, but he's still not even a half map yet.
Oh, this could be a pretty long game over here, which obviously on paper favors Beasty. Then again, Rus late game is pretty scary. We talked about the Streltsy, the Knights, of course, as well, playing a big role in this one. So Rus late game is something that has been scary for a long time. Has to be one of the better... Yeah, Wandering Town is what Core is showing us over here, one of the unique upgrades for the Rus Rams. I wonder what exactly the plan is with those.
Yep, I don't think I've seen a short game on this map. It's always like this.
Some hunting cabins out there as well, some passive gold trickle coming in here for B.
That's what's been going on. He's been building those all over. I was like, where is he still getting gold? That's what he's doing a lot of.
Yeah, and it's going to benefit him. He's at 420 bounty right now, and he's going to get to 500 because he's got the Hydrate House to spawn deer for him. Tithe Barn's missing out, though. That's something that's going to... Wait a second. How does he have -2 stone? Hold the phone. Up at the top, B is at -2. Look at the swarm. Here come the battering rams.
Let's see how they do. Now, just when you think there's lots of rams, let's watch the rams. Let's see how they do up against this keep. They should be able to take it down, right? I think this should be fine.
I mean, it would be embarrassing if they couldn't. That being said, there is a bombard emplacement on that keep, and one of those rams, I think, is already pretty damaged. I wonder how the HPs look like. More rams. Yeah, there we go. Make rams great again.
Let's go. I love lots of rams, so... I just want rams to be able to ram ships. That's what I'm upset you can't do anymore.
Oh, yes. Castle on the northern side going down here. I wonder what Beasty is doing behind this one, because we haven't really seen much from him in the last few minutes. So he's probably building up some sort of army back at home.
Okay, so that keep going down to some easy rams. Villager's gonna go after the bombards. Watch out.
Oh, this is an ugly fight here for Beastyqt. His bombard's getting caught off guard over here. Villagers will have to be pulled back thanks to the castle fire, but behind this one, his entire infantry is getting slain by the Streltsy.
Wow.
Look at that. That's the late game power of the Rus.
Holy cow. B just absolutely wiped that fight. And look at the resources for Beastyqt.
I see one red knight that was dead on the battlefield. I would dare to say that B lost less than 3 units in that engagement. High HP tanky knights out there, supported by the Streltsy. An absolute massacre. And now the battering rams holding the door open for the knights to potentially break in. Here comes the swarm. And now Beasty's army, it's not looking good for him. Mostly just spearmen.
Losing villagers. We got rams rolling around. I don't know. This is starting to look very B favored after that engagement because, like you mentioned, it was just kind of a slaughter. B did absolutely great in that fight. And these Streltsy numbers, he's got 41 Streltsy. He's going to need Mangonel or something to deal with that, and he's not in a spot to really get a bunch of them.
Yeah, and there is battering rams as well, so it's not like you just push into the base of Beasty and then you can't do anything. It's also the fact that you can go for those landmarks. Remember that I'm not sure if the Regnitz Cathedral got repaired, Schwabia got repaired, but that many battering rams, they can make a quick work with buildings as well, although it looks like Beasty's making a stand right now, has multiple bombards and culverins holding that position.
Yeah. Now, what was that ram upgrade that you were pointing out with the Rus? Is that more HP? I haven't specifically researched that before.
I honestly haven't seen the upgrade being used once in my life as a caster.
Wandering Town, that's what it is.
And a building is destroyed, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Plus 100% damage, so yeah, that'd be a good one, but he didn't get it.
I mean,
Surprising.
his high armor is dead, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, that'd be why.
Looks like a push on this keep coming in here. Not sure about this commitment here for B. He's up against a lot of firepower out there. Culverins and Bombards firing from the back line over here. Castle could also be emergency repaired. I don't think this castle is going up. You see, there is even a relic inside that keep to make it even more powerful. But finally, Bombards are getting swarmed by the Knights, and it's just brute force numbers at this point for B. But is it an overcommitment? Look at the population of B, down to 134. Is this desperation we're seeing him, or confidence?
He lost a good chunk of Streltsy too, and those are expensive units, and they're not very good against keeps.
Oh, both sides taking massive casualties over here. You get the feel that this is an overcommitment over here from B. I don't know. I don't feel confident for B anymore either. Lost like 20-ish Knights, a bunch of Streltsy, and Beasty's defensive position here is so strong. Eco not looking shiny either for B anymore. Did he just throw the game by pushing into the castle fire there?
I don't know. I really feel like he needs to focus that gold to the north. But he's really trying to like end the game mid, and those emergency repairs kept that keep alive so well there. And I don't know, are the Rams the play, or should he try to go for some bombards or something? But he doesn't really have the gold for it.
Something. Like, this is a difficult position to push here. Double keeps at Culverins defending it. He felt maybe overconfident. He thought he took a great engagement. He also has seen that he has slain the entire army of Beasty. Maybe he just wanted to finish the game. No, he believes in the Rams. He's a believer. What is he going to do with those?
I think he's very low on gold. A majority of his gold, he does have that one mine enough in his base, but there's a lot of like hunting cabin gold. He's using the Rams because it only costs wood. So maybe that's part of what we're seeing here, where some players might trade and buy gold right now. He's just doubling down right now on the Rams.
The problem is, look at the wood excess. He's chopping down all accessible trees for himself. Soon wood is going to be an issue as well. Finally he's adding trebuchets, and you really get the feel that trebuchets would be much better of an investment over here. Instead, he's going to push the left side though, because he was trying to set up some trade over there on the left side. Got denied by the keep of Beastyqt. But look at that. Town center out here. That should allow Beasty to do emergency repairs over here once again. And population looking more and more convincing for Beasty, more and more concerning for B.
Yep, and we see a largely spearman army now for Beastyqt. Seems to be what he's transitioned to, but he has gold. He's got 4.5k gold in the bank right now, so he's got gold for a while.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Beasty is bagging up resources. He's establishing more and more map control over here. He also secured a third pond for himself, so his food eco is set up much better than it is for B. B only has one pond left over here for himself. 73 eco as opposed to 122. Army number is still relatively even, but Beasty's ability to replenish it is much better, and you get the feel that now Beasty is turning on cruise control because he seems to be in an advantageous position now.
This game has been a lot of back and forth, because there was a moment there where I was like, okay, Beasty's about to finish it. Then it was like, oh, nope, now it's going in Beasty's favor. Now we've got this like midpoint of the game again. It's like, it's been a lot of ups and downs, and they're both playing like they want to win it today. Oh, he has emergency repairs all the way out there?
He has a TC right next to it.
Oh,
that's the reason why he plays the TC there. It's a pretty cool placement for him.
Oh my gosh, nasty.
Such a cool spot for him. Streltsy are still holding around, and as long as the Streltsy are alive, there's a chance for B, because Beasty has nothing that deals with the Streltsy, and you see, the efficiency of these engagements are stellar for B. Also gets rid of the keep over here. Emergency repairs wasn't able to save it, and suddenly gets control over the left side of the map. Maybe there's a chance over here for B.
I still don't know who's going to win this game, to be honest. I think this is still a anyone's game moment. But looking at the villager count right now, B's on 79 versus the 112 of Beastyqt. That's a little bit significant in a moment here where, you know, this isn't in the bag yet. We can't really tell. We still got some while to go. Some Rams unfinished there in mid right now.
Yeah, indeed, as you said, this could still go either way here. For now, B is taking control. He does have a massive army lead as compared to Beasty. On the other hand, Beasty has a tremendous amount of resources stacked in his bank, so he can replenish that army in a blink of an eye. For now, he's shifting to Horseman himself, also adding Culverins. He's also starting to switch to a less gold-intensive composition, realizing that gold is running dry on this map.
Yep, and Horseman breaking out those villagers that he's a little bit low on, taking a lot of damage right now from those horsemen.
Yeah, villager lives. He has to be careful with this one, B. He's down to 70 eco, and it's not like he's pop-capped. You can get away with 70 eco if you're pop capped and you have a bunch of resources in the bank to replenish your army with. But when you are stuck at 140 population, and it's not like you have a tremendous amount of resources in your bank, you need a little bit more than that, and you see that his eco, it's not stellar. That's a concern for him. Tithe Barn is also still missing.
Well, and we still have got stone walls up for Beasty on the other side of the map, as we see right now. Beasty, he's distracting B. Those few horsemen, those are just a distraction as he's moving all over the map and just trying to get B to kind of fall back.
Yeah, for the last few minutes, B was the reactive player, so Beasty was able to turn that around in that regard. For a long time, Beasty was the one defending. Now he is the aggressor, and he's the one forcing B to respond.
Oh, look at those. Those are just, they literally just ran through his whole base. That was his goal with this, was just to cause a distraction.
Yeah, also some raids on those stone miners. We're slowly seeing some trade being added by B though, and what I'm concerned about here still for Beastyqt is that his army is mostly just spearmen and horsemen, whereas on the other side, a lot of high value units. Knights as a meat shield and Streltsy behind, that's a deadly combo. I don't know if Beasty's army is suitable to deal with that.
Let's see, we got 45 Streltsy. I mean, that's a lot of Streltsy, and those things are high damage. Horsemen or not, like those are going to shred everything.
If well, assuming that you have the Streltsy nearby.
Yeah, I'd hate to see him just lose these rams to this whole army, but that's what's about to happen.
Yeah, that's gonna be ugly. Ooh, a dog being snuck upon the pond of Beasty though. He's gonna have some demolition ships coming into play over here. Rams getting taken down here by the bombards and the spearmen as well. Streltsy nowhere to be found in the south.
Where are all
here
the
they come
though?
though.
There's some of them. It's not all of them. He's got 50 Streltsy.
Yeah. They're probably spread out over there. They were cleaning up units on the northern side, so they're yet to arrive to this battle on the south. Still taking some good engagements, though, you see. Beasty is getting taken down. Hulk getting rid of that one demolition ship being sent in. And now here come the Streltsy. This is where things will get scary for Beastyqt. He's still trying to recover in this one. The problem is that the unit composition he's facing is just insanely difficult to get rid of.
Look at the res in the bank for B. Like, he can't afford to lose a big fight right now.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough for both players right now. Beasty, he's set up better long term. On the other hand, his unit composition is much more underwhelming than B's one is.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's setting up traders here. It's kind of hard to tell amongst all this chaos, but maybe that's what he's trying to do with that villager space, but they're dying so quickly.
Yeah, he's trying to set up some trade over here, but it's difficult, right? Neutral market is actually to the south, so that's the reason why B is fighting in this location. But once again, Beasty focusing the engagement to a narrow choke point.
You see what he's doing? He's starting to do it. It's the HRE building creep. That's what he's doing. He's got his like...
And Culverins. He loves his Culverins. Because Culverins, they're anti-siege specialists, but they're also pretty good as just a general purpose artillery unit firing from the back line, dishing out a lot of punishment.
Man, what a freaking game this has been. He's just going to creep forward with bombard towers. I've seen him do this time after time again. And how's he going to stop that siege is going to be the problem. He really doesn't have any means to kill the siege.
Yeah, and remember that I don't think that he's got the Springgold range upgrade on the High Armory before the High Armory went down. So his Springgolds are still ordinary Springgolds. And that means that he's going to have a tough time dealing with all the Squaverins.
Okay, so... B with no gold, and he's trying to get trading online as these towers start to creep forth. He doesn't have any, I guess he's got one trebuchet, but there's Culverin there probably to deal with it. But he might mop up this fight. That's a lot of Streltsy, but...
That's a lot, yeah. He's diving in. He's going to lose some of them, but he's trying to trade them after the siege. Actually gets one of the Culverins. Second one might be a bit of a long shot here, but he's slaying all the infantry, and he also gets rid of the cavalry. You get the feel that the resource trade here is much, much better for B, cleaning up most of the army for Beasty.
Yeah. Streltsy aren't as effective at taking out siege as they used to be, because siege has been reworked quite a bit. But he even was able to, though, with such a high number of them, take out some of that. But yeah, this tower is creeping forward.
Look at these Streltsy numbers. In a blink of an eye, he lost like 25 Streltsy. He went a little too greedy, tried to snap the siege out there. Maybe after taking down the first Culverin, he should have retreated. Fought under the towers for quite a long time. Down to 27 Streltsy is B, and his population is still pretty underwhelming compared to what Beasty has.
Yep. I think this villager count has made a huge difference into this late game. I think he just had to, I mean, look at this. BC is mining on B side of the map. Remember back to like an hour ago where a little bit of exaggeration, but Beasty he was on like that sliver of earth in his base, and he has brought that all the way out to this point. He is so good at turtling up with the Holy Roman Empire.
Yeah, this is part of the reason why this is his best civilization, is because this civilization in many ways is designed to play this defensive and recovery style playstyle, and this is Beastyqt's playstyle. The combination of the civilization's abilities and Beasty's own abilities and playstyle just show over here, and this is part of the reason why Beasty is staying in this game, and part of the reason why Beasty is staying in this set, because this is match point for B. He desperately wants to win this game because a win here would secure the set for him. Beastyqt staying in the game here, once again showing why he is the best late game player of Age of Empires 4.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's looking like Beasty sitting at full population, interrupting the trade line right now of B. B sitting on 14 gold, 600 food. BC's got 6k gold in the bank. He's feeling just fine here.
Oh man, it's getting more and more concerning over here for B. His population, he's actually back to 175, so hold on here. We are far from the end of this one, you get the feel. Trade is still being maintained to a certain minimal extent. Other traders probably paying for their own price, but getting slain shortly after. Still though, as long as the Streltsy are alive, there is a hope for B. He's up to 80 army, and we're getting close to pop cap on both sides.
And there's more towers. Those towers, when you're at full population, towers are those extra pop. That's your over pop you get.
Oh, a lot of mangonels setting up over here. Streltsy diving deep. I am unsure about this one. A lot of bombard towers nearby, but there's a chance to snipe the siege. Volley's coming out here from the mangonels, viping out a couple of those Streltsy, diving deeper and deeper, but you still have yet to deal with those mangonels. Second volley doing quite a lot of damage here on the Streltsy here, pushing deeper and deeper though, but the cannon fire slowly grinding down the army of B. The casualties that he's taking are just enormous, and he's not making any gains in this one. Trade of armies, but the fortresses stay strong, and Beasty's base is not gonna get pushed.
Keep drop in the base of B. Is this going to be it? I mean, if we see the siege tower, we know that this is all in.
Oh yeah, and bombard tower is just standing strong over here. Corverins firing from the backline as well, dishing out a tremendous amount of punishment. And we're down to just 10 Streltsy for B, 150 population, and now Keep and Towers in the trade will cut off B from all accessible gold, making it next to impossible to replenish all those lost expensive Streltsy and Knights.
You know, for those of you who are anti-tower spam, this is a tower spam match here. Look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 towers right there.
Oh, and it's now Beast written all over this one. It's a full-on retreat by B, trying to hold off this assault, but you get the feel that the last 10 minutes, Beasty was playing with much more confidence. We are looking at Beasty territory, this late-game scenario, this slow creep up, the grind down of the opponent, and now it's gonna be a long shot for B to win this one, because now he's cut off from all accessible gold. Beasty even taking the berries to the north.
Does he even have wood? There it is! A tied-up series, a best-of-5. Just when, you know, 2 games ago, it was looking like maybe B would clinch this with a 3-0. Beasty comes on back with the reverse sweep, and it is tied up going to match point. And, you know, we told Pesty, if these games go to game number 5, he has to get the Caster's pizza. I think he has to buy all of Chat pizza, actually. Do you remember him saying that?
I definitely remember us discussing to send pizza to the casters. Probably not to Twitch chat, maybe only the ones that sub with Twitch Prime. But yeah, indeed, getting into a very long set over here. Looked like it was gonna be a 3-0 stomp. B was playing with such a level of confidence, and then maybe something broke with those villagers being slain on the gold mine the previous game, because ever since then, Beasty has been outperforming B. Maybe it's attrition, maybe it's frustration from B, but now Beasty can go into game number 5 with a tremendous amount of confidence, because he's the one that has the win streak of 2.
Yeah, man, my head spinning after that one. I thought, like, early on there, it was looking like B was gonna